It's the NFL on EA Sports, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Niners and the Saints, next on Madden NFL 25.
It's a building that's meant so much to the city of New Orleans and all of its residents over the years, and our coverage of the NFL has brought us to it, Caesars Superdome. Welcome to another entertaining matchup, folks. Kate Scott, Brock Ewart on the call in this one. And Brock, got a couple of running backs down on the field who can really take over their offenses when they get in the groove.
And I think that's going to be the ultimate goal of both of these offenses, right? I mean, there's just no confusion about it. They want to get their bell cow in that groove and get them going. Find that rhythm where they're ripping off chunk yardage run after run and then just keep on feeding that beast. In a game like this, whichever offense can get that rhythm and run game going first is likely going to be your winner.
Jake Moody now ready to get this one started. And here we go from New Orleans. To return this, Rashid Shaheed. He's stopped on the return at the 27. So the Saints offense taking over for the first time here. And it'll be their rookie QB who brings them out.
It's always fun. Puts a smile on my face when I see a rookie leading an offense out. A lot of them look like 10-year vets with confidence and poise in the middle of that huddle, in the middle of their teammates. But let's watch his first couple throws. That's where sometimes you could see some of those nerves slipping through.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. They're going to start on the ground with Kamara. And he's able to maneuver this up past the 30. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Give on 2nd to Kamara. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. Looking for a throw here. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
1st and 10 from the 41. They kick the running back in motion. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Throwing from the gun here. This finds Cooks complete. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. They'll throw it again. That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So it'll be 2nd down.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Running left. This is Kamara. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Brought down by Fred Warner. Only a yard for him that time, so now 3rd and 9. They motion the tight end over. Here he is on 3rd and long. He throws a bullet deep to the right. He's got it inside the 10. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down at the 5-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
I have loved this opening script. Aggressive, taking your shots. You know, the numbers tell you get an explosive play on a drive. In the NFL today, you're typically going to score. With that shot down the field, well, they're knocking on the door in the red zone.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints finish up an excellent opening series. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
Blake Groupie to try the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Saints will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So here come the 49ers for their opening drive. Leading them out, a player known, yes, for that draft status, but also as a great methodical passer. I know you love this guy, Brock. The last pick of the 2022 draft, it's Brock Purdy.
You know, Kate, people won't stop recognizing Brock Purdy as Mr. Irrelevant right at first, but they better start recognizing his game. He shed that label of his draft status to me long ago. He proved there is no fluke to his talent. He knows how to see it, how to feel it, how to deliver it, and most importantly, he knows how to elevate the people around him.
On target to his back, here's Christian McCaffrey. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Chase Young bringing him down there.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
From the 32. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Got the one-on-one they wanted, Brock, on that slant, but just not enough to get the completion.
Yeah, you got to create separation. We all love the slant route. It could be super effective, but you got to beat press. You got to beat jam. You got to beat off man, and you got to create separation so there's not that bang-bang impact to knock the ball loose like that.
Motion man is the tight end here, going left. On 3rd down, Purdy. Brought in by Ayuk. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Awareness. You've got to be aware. Play caller, quarterback, receiver have to be aware of where the sticks are. That route just not enough, not deep enough to extend the drive and move the chains.
It's a punt coming from the Niners on 4th down, and Mitch Wisnowski out to boot it away. That's taken at the 15. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And the Saints will get set to take over. Second drive coming up for the Saints offense. They've gotten off to the exact start they wanted, Brock, and now an early chance to pull away and get some distance on their opponents. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Running right, it's Kamara. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. Second down. Pass play coming here. Forces that one, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. He got in front of that one for the pick. Looked like that's the receiver it was designed to go to on that play, too.
Yeah, the QB just must have missed the lurky defender in coverage right there. That's where, as a QB, you've got to have the vision to not just see your route, but see those defenders in front of it. If you stare down your receivers in this league, turnovers follow.
Second drive coming up for this 49ers offensive unit. And they're set up well inside of enemy territory. They've got a short field after that pick. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Alontae Taylor making the stop.
You know, I often say there is a fine line between aggressiveness and carelessness. And when you throw into double coverage, well, it can go either way. That time, a tremendous catch by his receiver on the other end.
So before they can get set and snap it, the clock runs out on quarter 1. Neither side separating much so far. Back to the Superdome of Caesar in just a bit. We're back, and it's 49ers football as we resume. They have it second down, well inside of field goal range. They'll motion him out of the backfield. From the 21. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. The rookie from Texas there on the tackle.
That pass, it did put him in a position where he had to shake a defender. That's all you want. Give me a one-on-one. And he is capable of doing it, but not against that dude. That defender could not be shook. And he knocked him back across the line.
One of the tight ends in motion left. They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
Even from the booth, Kate, I can hear it. I can hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasted no time in getting that sack.
4th down now, and on comes Jake Moody for the 49ers field goal. This will be a 44-yard look. Moody knocks it through. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Shaheed now to return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Saints ready to return their offense to the field. And we've seen both extremes of this passing game so far, Brock. 1 touchdown and 1 interception on the ledger.
A home run and a strikeout. A little sampling of what works and what doesn't against this defense, Kate. Now, you got to try to emphasize those things that you found success on with that opening drive.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And it's going to be 2nd down.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate. Before he was able to recover and provide the hit, and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
That's complete to Camaro. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the first.
Move the chains! Got to move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Play action on first down. Big catch made, and he got both feet in. It's a gain of 22. And the Saints are going to have a first down.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
First and 10 from the 41. Running back sent in motion left. Throwing from the gun. They left him wide open. It's complete. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
He just made a difficult throw to the outside look elementary, Kate, and that's not easy. The placement, excellent. And it helped set his target up to put some more yards on that stat sheet.
Brock, it has him well into the red zone now with first and 10. They'll run the toss to Camara. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire first half. They drop him behind the line.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in the locker room and in the huddle is you can be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up. That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Niners countering with a fifth defensive back on this third down. He's dropping back to throw. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans! The Saints grow their lead just before halftime. Groupie to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Saints drive their lead to 11. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The San Francisco offense headed out to take over. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Play action now with Purdy. Makes the grab in bounds left side. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
Just about every defensive coordinator worth his salt says two things in every production meeting. Number one, well, we got to stop the run. And number two, we got to take away the tight end. Well, good luck doing that. Defending a big guy who can move like that, it's a lot easier to talk about than to go out and execute.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Running back sent in motion. This ball's caught by McCaffrey. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And that's a 49er first down.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio, this guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
Reeled in by George Kittle. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
To throw again, it's Purdy. Short pass brought in. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. From the gun is Purdy. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. San Francisco calls it second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Another try following the sack. Finds his man. It's Ricky Pearsall. We'll have him gain about a handful there. That play wrapped up by Demario Davis.
Not met many receivers in my life that don't love the spotlight, but you got to earn your place there. The easy way to do it, catches just like that, going up into double coverage and making the play anyway.
The Saints add a 5th defensive back here. 3rd down coming up. Coverage holds up, and he just had to get rid of it.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, where they come down to a play or two, and 3rd down's critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, the coach wants to see them convert those.
4th down now, and on comes Jake Moody for the 49ers field goal. This one from an even 40 yards out. Moody knocks it through. And that brings the deficit back within a score, 8 points. So we're at halftime here in beautiful New Orleans. And it's the Saints who've got the lead as we head to the break. Now we'll send you east to our studios in Orlando. That's where Jonathan Coachman is waiting to bring you the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
All right, Kate, thanks. First, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, thank you, Coach. And we are back and about set to begin the second half. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. Has this at the 6. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. The 49ers offense ready to get to work to begin this third quarter. They'll try to get that ground game established better than they did in the opening half, Brock. See if they can attack that deficit.
Well, that's exactly the way you want to come out of the locker room to begin the second half. And really, Kate, this third phase of the game, the special teams, you just see the boost and the energy they can give to their team when they deliver a nice return to start this second half.
And they bring him down after he ran through him up to the 43. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
On 2nd down, here's McCaffrey. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Motioning the tight end now. Purdy on first down. To the left side and reeled in by Kittle. And they make the stop, we're going to say, at about the 37-yard line.
Small pass, big result. This dude is just a juggernaut with the football, and once he gets rolling, it gets tougher and tougher and tougher to stop him from playing add-on with those yards.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. McCaffrey running between the tackles. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. From the gun, Garindo. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused. And they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
The 49ers are lined up in punt formation. And he'll try to have his second punt top his first one. And that's out. We're just waiting for the spots. They're going to say it cleared the sideline over top the 14. The Saints ready for their next series. Led out on offense by their quarterback. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll throw. He's got Shaheed. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Give him 24 on that play. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes Saints break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Tackle made by Jair Brown. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Throwing now, off play action. Gets it through the middle. There it is, touchdown New Orleans! The Saints push their lead further to start the half. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just gotta ask your dude. Show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Group B to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Saints lead by 15 now. Here's Group B on now to handle the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here come the 49ers on offense. And they have tried on occasion to ramp up their passing game, but nothing has worked with consistency yet, Brock. Might be why they trail near the end of this third quarter.
You sure love teams who excel on the ground, right? You love a physical game of football who can hammer at the opponent. But in today's NFL, it's just impossible to win if you don't have a passing component that's balancing it out.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Purdy. Escapes the pocket. He tucks it and takes off.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB. And it gave him just enough room to run.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 29. Completed here to McCaffrey. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
On the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Now it's Purdy. On the move, headed right. He's on the move. And working a couple of yards past the line. Carl Granderson in on the tackle.
Just not much to do right there, whether he wanted to run it or throw it. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win for this defense.
Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's 49ers ball, and they're sort of in comeback mode here. They trail to start the 4th. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Purdy throwing here. He's on the move. Now here he goes again. Now following the play, one of the 49ers banged up. He's in some pain. We're going to pause here as he gets checked on. And the Saints go in nickel. 3rd down. Working out of the gun. It's Purdy. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it. Leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up. That one intended for Brandon Ayuk. And that leaves them with 4th and 5.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Rolling left by. No place to go. They get him to the turf and force a turnover on downs.
Coaches challenge you to get the defense off the field with a stop. Rose to the challenge and delivered on that one, really overwhelming the line of scrimmage.
The Saints come marching onto the field. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
New set of downs for him at the 38. To throw it on first down. He gets it to Juwan Johnson. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
They're now set for first and 10. Kamara running out of the gun. And he manages to reach the 19 before he stopped. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. They're just going to let the clock run out and take this delay. Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Running it after the penalty. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Only 2 yards on the run, and they're left with 3rd and 11. Back to throw now. That's caught for the first. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
First and goal now as they try to pad this lead. Working inside the red zone. Has it down close. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
Just stay on schedule. Just stay on schedule, right? SOS. Bad thing on a ship. Good thing on a football field. Even a little completion keeps this offense on schedule.
Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. Looking to the air here. The back grabs it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints make it a 3-score game in the 4th. Alvin Kamara, the touchdown. Well, Brock, not much to say other than the fact that this offense on point. They're just clicking today.
Just rolling. I mean, this is clinic. This is what I call teaching tape. Being well prepared and, more importantly, going out there and executing at a high level.
Group B to try the point after. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Saints grow the lead now to 22 points. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Now out comes the San Francisco offense. And the last time we saw them, Brock, they took a risk, went for it on their own half of the field, but it didn't work out. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Purdy setting up that play action. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. That throw was looking for Brandon Ayuk. So it's 2nd down coming up.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Back to the air on 2nd, Purdy. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. Purdy to throw it. Complete to Pearsall. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
I know on the stat sheet, Kate, that shows up as passing yards, but any defensive coordinator will take it. Understanding down and distance and keeping that offense short of the sticks.
Offense up to the line fast. Desperation time here on 4th. He can't get away. They get the sack and force a turnover on down.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. With touchdowns on their last 2 drives, Brock, they're playing some of their best offense here. Could they try for 3 in a row despite the lead? Let's find out. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. This finds Cooks complete. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal. They'll run with Kamara. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. This is going to go as a pickup of 4. 2nd and goal coming up. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in New Orleans. Saints can rest easy with a 3-score lead. Another chance to get that lone yard. Here's 2nd and goal. Kamara. And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Saints put up even more points in a win. Alvin Kamara, the touchdown. Well, this machine has been firing on all cylinders this game, partner. And it continues firing as that lead grows yet again.
And those who've tried to get in the way of that machine you're talking about, namely the defense, well, they paid the price over and over and over again.
Group B to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Saints continue piling on to this lead. 49ers groupie on now to handle the kickoff. His return starts at the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. The 49ers back on offense and set to take over. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll send their tight end right. Pretty throwing here on 1st. Kittle brings it in. And he's out of bounds inside the 30. One of the game's biggest plays right there as they get the markers reset.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Completed to his running back. And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
2nd and 3 now. They kick the running back in motion. From the 19. Sideline throw is complete to Pearsall. And he's out of bounds down at the 5-yard line. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. This is a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner, and really importantly as a check-down outlet on short throws.
Dump off caught by his back.
Simply part of the job description for any running back in today's game. You're out there, you're going to be one of your quarterback's most important safety valves. And you've got to be ready for that check down at all times.
They've held him out twice. Here we go. 3rd and goal. To throw again, it's Purdy. Escapes the pocket. And they take this in for the score. The 49ers making the scoreboard look a touch better. Brock Purdy with the touchdown. Now, this one has been a long game, no doubt. But, hey, something positive to look back on there.
But they didn't quit, Kate. And I know that sounds a little cliche at this professional level, but it really is an important thing. This one will still hurt, but they showed some execution and fire.
Jake Moody on for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the 49ers trail by 22 now. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Shaheed now to return. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Saints are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They give to Kamara, left side. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up. They stay on the ground with Kamara. And he's going nowhere there. Add that to what's been a tough afternoon for him. Looks like no gain on 2nd down, and that leads us to 3rd and 6. So fans starting to stream from the Superdome to the French Quarter as it's a win for the Saints. They did their part, Brock, defending the home field, using that advantage to secure the victory. We know home field advantage is a real thing. And the crowd, they did their part too, adding to just an awesome atmosphere, helping energize those players at big moments of today's ball game.
Yeah, it is super fun to win on the road. I'm not going to lie, to quiet the crowd. But you know what's even better? When you get to celebrate with your family, your friends, your hometown people, your community, and you know, more importantly, they played a role as that extra voice in that building, man. It is a rewarding feeling.